Hello everyone, and welcome to a first look at the B1 Mesh Editor. So this is a new tool that's been in development and it will be usable by GMs and super admins, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what you can do with it. So here I am in the menu. It may look a little bit intimidating at first, but if anybody has any previous experience with anything like Blender or Source 2, Hammer, or anything like that, you might pick up a few of the concepts here a bit quicker than someone else might. So what this tool basically allows you to do, first and foremost, is build meshes. So here I am just kind of shaping the floor that it started off with as an example. So I've just made it wider there. You always start off with this plane in the middle and you can build off of it like this. This isn't supposed to be a tutorial. I'm not really going to go through everything in a way that you could learn to use this properly. I'm just going to show you kind of what's actually possible with it. If I go through my menu here, you can see a couple of the scenes that I've been working on. You may recognize some of them, but I have hidden most others that I've been working on. I don't want to spoil everything. But yeah, here you can see I can save my scenes and preview them. But I won't do that just yet. I'm just going to play around a little bit here to show you what you can do. So currently GMs, when they're building things in game, they have to put down props and hundreds of props, and there's not very good lighting for them either. And with this, you can kind of level your builds up a little bit. So I'm just going to make a quick room and kind of show you what you might be able to do as a GM with this kind of thing. So I've just made this little simple kind of box shape, but there's not much to it yet, and it doesn't even collide with me. But if I go back into the editor very quickly and I look at the settings that we have, firstly I can tell it to bake lighting on spawn and also light other things dynamically when they're inside of it. So I'll just do that and spawn it in and show you what that looks like. Right, so you can see immediately now it's got some lighting. It might not be the best, but I've literally just put down a light as a test. But I still fall through the floor, so I come back here and enable collisions, and then spawn it again. And I can walk around, and it's like an actual map. I just spawn in some sort of entity, for example, like here you can see this is being lit up as if it's actually in here, but we're not. We're actually in flat grass still, but you wouldn't really know. You can see that the lighting gets really dark and adjusts to what the actual room it's in looks like. Not perfect, but it's pretty convincing. There's still some obvious issues here like this. I mean, this is just me not actually setting this up properly yet. If I just quickly fix these sort of things and spawn it back in, you can kind of see the issues have gone away. So if you was to actually learn how to use this, you would be able to fix all these things that cause the lighting to not look right and make it look very good in the end. So what you can also do is you can put down props. Just put down a couple of barrels. Spawn these, and here they are. But again, I can walk through these right now. So what this has is a system where you can actually give props physics by turning them server side, and then they'll show up in here as well. You can see that they've got a physics mesh now. If you want a client-sided thing, which would just be something decorative, well, this chair should have physics, but let's just say you don't want physics on this for whatever reason, this won't be on the server or lag the server out. It's just going to be drawn on clients. So now I can't walk through them, I can stand on it. Even got the metal noise, everything. You wouldn't really know that that wasn't a normal prop, except for the fact you can't move it. And this one still has no physics. There's also a few other entities that you can use, like doors, that used to be opening, and spawn it in. Now there's a door. Not looking too beautiful right now, but you can see how somebody could make something nice with this. So there's lots of other entities you can use. For sake of time, I'm not going to go through all of these, but what I will do is give you a quick look at an actual finished level. This is the spawn bunker from the 31350 demo. This is the exact same level that you saw in that video. Spawn it in real quick as well. And here it is, so you can see it's basically the same building. Now this obviously does look nice. It's been textured. It's got props all over the place, lights. So here we have the environment settings, which allows you to change the fog and edit post effects with bloom, color modify, tone mapping, all sorts of things. There's also a soundscape, so this will play the droning noise that you can hear in the background. There's also these 3D sounds, which I've just realized it's an annoying light noise playing right there. But you can see when I walk around, there's sounds coming from everything. We will be using this to develop actual content like 3on350 and other things, but this will also be, almost all of these tools will be accessible to GMs in the regular map or events and all sorts. So you might be thinking like, okay, I'm going to be using custom materials and models, like how does that work? Well, at the moment it's not working, this is in development, but it's one of the reasons we haven't managed to add it into the server yet for GMs to use. But once it's ready, the content that you use in your mesh will be uploaded and sent to the server and other users when you spawn this in. So you'll literally be able to use any materials or models you have on your own game, even if they're not in the server as content, and they'll show up fine. So you can see the door I showed you earlier, but actually in a proper place now. So I'll give you a quick look at how that would actually work in this scene. So I've got this lever, and there's an IO menu here. And this is very simple, but I can literally just say on lever down, door open, on lever up, door close. And in this room as well, if I can actually find it. Oh, there it is. Here's a trigger, and this has some IO. Once everybody's left, it will bring the lever up, and then the door closes. And these are the loot boxes as well. So for the actual SCP area with the looting enabled in it, the buildings will have these loot containers spawning in them for you to collect things. However, obviously GMs won't actually be able to spawn them. That was like the one limitation. So I thought I'd show you one more scene that I've made, which you've already seen before today, just so that you can really see like what you can actually do with this. I did make this originally for the demo, but it kind of turned into a style which we're going to be using to build some actual enterable points of interest that you'll be able to go inside of 3on350. This sort of dark metal red lighting, but this is actually what it looks like in the editor. So if I spawn this in game, you can see here it is. So this really is what it looks like in game, and I think it looks absolutely great. So that has been a first look at the CN Mesh Editor tools and the kind of things you can make with them. This will be coming to Site 65 as soon as it's ready. That is before 3on350 will be releasing, but once all of the necessary things are finished with the Mesh Editor, I'll release it standalone. And if you are a GM, you'll be able to use it to make scenes with and make events with. And if you're not a GM, you should be looking forward to some really cool stuff. So thanks everyone for watching.